Okay, let's go.
How did you come back so quickly from that injury?
I would do physical therapy 3 times a day. I passed all my tests 2.5 months in, and the Rumble was coming up. And they're like, okay, we'll keep it a secret. I don't want to advertise you because I don't even know if you're going to be there. But then when everybody gave the okay, they're like, we really have the chance to keep something secret. And it was only let out to like a few people. And if you see like, once again, we only remember the moments. Tell me anything I did.
You won.
Bingo. But the action to win was very simple.
Everybody remembers that.
Because,
Okay, let's go.
And the look on Triple H's face.
yes, the action was very simple because it was as it happens. We couldn't really plan anything crazy because we didn't want people to tell people to spoil the surprise.
And the other 29 people in the match thought somebody else was going to win?
Yes, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I came up to the
Okay,
gorilla
let's go.
position, number 30, when like 28 did. Nowadays, they'll kind of hide guys off site or in a bus or something. I was in like a broom closet at the garden and just came up the twirly ramp and walked right in my full gear, like ready to go.
John Cena breaks his silence about his retirement, and folks, it looks like the Cenation Leader isn't done just yet. Yes, you heard that right. John Cena is not officially off the roster and is reportedly gearing up for a shocking return at the 2026 Royal Rumble.
Hey, we have John Cena. He's been on the shelf for a while. He's got a handful of months before he should be back. Cena knew that WWE, he knew that Royal Rumble needed him in that moment, that the company was going to have to be carried into the next generation by someone. And he was that guy. And he establishes something that becomes a Royal Rumble yearly event, which is the return.
And if you think this is just speculation, you might want to hear what Jey Uso has to say. The former World Heavyweight Champion isn't holding back, claiming Cena is lying about retirement and that he's definitely coming back to make history and get his revenge. Tonight, we break down everything you need to know: Cena's retirement journey, AJ Styles versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble, and why this could be one of the most explosive WWE events in years.
And another thing, I know retirements in wrestling sometimes are liquid. They happen and then they renege on that. I am 100% done. December 2025 is the last time I will perform in a ring. I will still be part of the WWE family as an ambassador, but the time has come to close the physical performing chapter of my life, and I'm at peace with it, which is why 2025 is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be sad, but that's it. I am retired. It is not retire for 5 years and then come back for a one-off.
Buckle up, the action is just getting started. Let's rewind to the end of 2025. John Cena wrestled what was billed as his final ever match on December 13th at Saturday night's main event. In a shocking finish, Cena tapped out to Gunther's sleeperhold, marking the second time Gunther had defeated a WWE legend, the first being Bill Goldberg. Fans around the world were emotional, believing it truly was the curtain call for one of the most iconic superstars in WWE history. Cena's farewell tour was memorable in more ways than one, including his near win at the 2025 Royal Rumble, where he lasted until the final two against Jey Uso, who ultimately won.
Me understanding that there's 2 ways to go about it. I could never announce it and come back year after year and possibly, time's undefeated. My skill level continues to drop every year. I'm a little bit slower, I'm a little bit older, but I still have enough to go, barely. And I think if every year that passes, that barely becomes closer to empty. And I just wanted to do something big and grand and give fans a heads up, like a 6 month ahead of time. Like, we're doing this great thing, so keep on the lookout for when we announce tickets to be there one last time. It's not for lack of a better term, it's not a wrestling retirement. I'm not going away for a few years and then coming back. When I'm done in December, I'm done. And there isn't a check writer around who could write a check big enough to change my mind. I've built a great rapport with the WWE fans. Love me or hate me, I think we have a trusting, authentic rapport. And my word isn't, there's no price to break that.
Despite the official retirement, Cena has continued to engage with WWE programming. His recent Instagram post shows him watching the promo for AJ Styles versus Gunther at the Royal Rumble, hinting that even though his in-ring days may be officially over, he's not done following the action and could be preparing for something big.
So the Royal Rumble was recently, someone asked me, what's your favorite Rumble moment of all time? I said, easy, 2008, John Cena comes back. Number one, how did you come back so quickly from that injury? And number two, how did you keep it a secret?
So I completely respect James Andrews, who did the surgery, and Kevin Welk, and who did help me with physical therapy. They have to put a realistic timeline on their work. That timeline is based on the construct that you do physical therapy 3 times a week. I would do physical therapy 3 times a day. I was like a physical therapy terminator, and I passed it like 2.5 months in, and the Rumble was coming up, and it was only let out to like a few people. Couldn't really plan anything crazy because we didn't want people to tell people to spoil the surprise.
And look, I'm a cut the dopest. Motherfucking promo. You feel me? See John Cena shit last match. Cutting the dopest promo in the game right now. You know, that's a shit. Hey man, thanks, Zeus. For my family, you know what it is. Crazy, Zeus.
And who better to weigh in than Jey Uso himself? The former World Heavyweight Champion recently revealed on WWE Playback that he doesn't believe Cena has truly retired. Jey recalled Cena's shocking return in 2008 as the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble, and thinks history could repeat itself. Man, he's lying, bro. He is about to come back number 30, bro. Just like how he did. I'm telling you, bro, he's gonna come back.
John Cena is on his farewell tour. What would it mean to you to get a match with him before he retires?
I hadn't even considered that, honestly. I wrestled against John and I wrestled with John. They talk about it's a farewell tour, whatever. He lying to all of us, man.
That's a tough one because I don't know if that would jeopardize our friendship, so I don't think about it.
I guess maybe you could say that's a bucket list thing.
This modern quarterback going against him, somebody who I modeled so much of what I do after, it's daunting.
John got like 15 more years left on him. He gonna come back, all right?
Jey even commented on Cena leaving his raggedy-a Skechers in the ring, saying, "I don't believe you though. You ain't gonna lie to me cause I don't believe John Cena because he left his raggedy-a Skechers in the ring. I don't even know what kind of brand I mean. But look, John, love you dog. I'ma go so I don't fuck, I'm cussing."
In there, John Cena been around my family, man, since my dad was in the game, so being the last 2 in there in the Royal Rumble with John Cena is just, you know, it's like just a kid again in there, fire.
Whether Jey was fully sober or not, his energy and belief that Cena isn't done have WWE fans buzzing. Could the Cenation Leader be planning a massive Royal Rumble shocker? Meanwhile, the Royal Rumble is heating up with a career-defining match between AJ Styles and Gunther. Gunther, fresh off his win against Cena, has his sights set on Styles after a tense feud that has spanned several weeks. The tension exploded on Raw when Styles slapped Gunther in the center of the ring, demanding respect. Gunther responded by challenging Styles to a match the following week, but as expected, the ring general found ways to cheat and outsmart Styles, winning the bout.
Well, the Royal Rumble is one of those events that's amazing to see because every couple of minutes there is a new entrant that enters into the fray, right? So as this match goes on over the course of the hour that it takes or so, you're getting constantly surprised by who is next and the strategy of what happens when that person comes out. So, this year is going to be no different. There's a lot of surprises in store, but also it's one of the most star-studded Rumbles that I can recall. You've got Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul's going to be in there. On the women's side, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. They're just stacked cards. This one is going to be epic.
When Styles demanded a rematch, Gunther made one shocking stipulation. Styles had to put his career on the line. The rematch is now official for the Royal Rumble on January 31st, and it could very well be the end of AJ Styles' illustrious WWE career, even sooner than he had previously declared in 2026. Speaking about Styles, Cena commented, "First time ever I've worked with AJ Styles. He is the nicest human being in sports entertainment. I can find some energy like, you said this about me in an interview once, or like, man, I don't like the way you work or whatever. AJ's such a good guy, and I sat down and I'm like, man, this is going to be okay. Why are we fighting?" He's like, "What do you mean? Why are we fighting? I want to be the champ. That's not good enough. Take a second to yourself, figure out why we're fighting." I went on my bus and scoured the web to try and find anything this guy has ever said. Just anything. Never speaks bad about anybody.
First time I ever worked with AJ Styles. He is the nicest human being in sports entertainment. And I always have I can find some energy of like, you said this about me in an interview once, or like, man, I don't like the way you work or whatever. AJ's such a good guy. And I sat down and I'm like, man, this is gonna be okay. Why are we fighting? It's like, what do you mean? Why are we fighting? I wanna be the champ. That's not good enough. take a second to yourself, figure out why we're fighting. I went on my bus, scoured the web to try to find out anything this guy's ever said. Just anything, a sentence. Never speaks bad about anybody. So then I came back to him, and like literally after 2.5 hours, he was finally like, okay, this is AJ, this isn't Alan. But maybe AJ's thinking that if you were never around, I would be where you're at, and I'd be so much better. Because when in that ring, I am better. Like, we got it. And we built our story, culminating with even the match at the Royal Rumble with I, AJ, am a better in-ring performer. You are charismatic, but hella lucky. You put these two in a ring together and I will run circles around you every time. And that's where audiences are like, hell no, that's my guy. Anybody that watched TNA would be like, our guy's finally getting a shot. This dude's awesome. Wait till he can do his stuff. And now you're divided, and now you're interested. And that's an issue that you can run with, but you have to sit and ask, why are we fighting?
A loss between myself and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, not currently with the company. Don't know if he's ever coming back. I would say chances are very slim. Maybe one day there'll be a Hall of Fame induction where all three of us will be in the same place at the same time. I would say we're looking at like a real.
Seth Rollins finally broke his silence on the question that's been on every WWE fan's mind: will the Shield ever reunite? And let me tell you, his answer might not be what you want to hear.
There's no weak link there. Like, that's the amazing thing about that faction.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, you could have picked Roman as a weak link just based on his experience, but he's an extremely quick learner. Obviously, you know, the business is in his blood. His family's been in it for generations, but like, he's super observant and like understands everything immediately. Once we got cooking, there was no weak links. And then as you look at, you know, where we're all at now, no weak links.
Rollins straight up said the chances are very slim, but he did leave us with a glimmer of hope, mentioning that maybe one day there will be a Hall of Fame induction where all three of us will be in the same place at the same time.
John Moxley, not currently with the company. Don't know if he's ever coming back. I would say chances are very slim. Maybe one day there'll be a Hall of Fame induction where all three of us will be in the same place at the same time.
Seth and Becky had to say about the Shield's future, the beef with Roman Reigns, John Moxley's status, and even a surprising Kurt Angle reference that'll make you nostalgic. Let's get into it.
Oh boy! Oh my God! It has been 3.5 years since we've seen this.
Alright, so let's set the scene. Seth Rollins and his wife, Becky Lynch, aka the greatest power couple in wrestling history according to them, sat down with GQ for their Actually Me series, where they go undercover online answering fan questions. Now Seth is currently recovering from shoulder surgery, so he's been off TV for several months. He's been watching Monday Night Raw from home, keeping an eye on the Vision storyline, which apparently hasn't been going too well in his absence. Logan Paul joining the group? Seth's response was classic. Come on.
It's really been...
Oh, it's been falling apart.
It's not been great.
Falling apart.
Yeah, not
They will rue the day.
Logan Paul, come on. I don't know how it's going to unfold, but I'll tell you this, it's likely not going to be pretty for anybody who's crossed us.
But the real bombshell came when they got to a question from X, formerly Twitter, asking, do you think the Shield will ever reunite?
Do you think the Shield will ever reunite? Well, not a lot of love lost between myself and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, not currently with the company. Don't know if he's ever coming back. I would say chances are very slim. Maybe one day there'll be a Hall of Fame induction where all three of us will be in the same place at the same time.
And this is where things got real. Seth didn't sugarcoat it, didn't give us false hope. He laid it out straight. Let's talk about what he said and what it means for the future of one of the most iconic factions in WWE history. Before we get into Seth's comments, let's remember why this matters so much. The Shield debuted in November 2012. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, now known as John Moxley.
Oh my! Look who's here! And the architect, Seth Rollins!
For about a year and a half, these three were absolutely unstoppable. They took down legends: John Cena, The Rock, The Undertaker, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, you name it. The Shield beat them. They revolutionized tag team wrestling, brought that indie wrestling intensity to WWE's main roster, and created some of the most memorable moments in modern WWE history. Everything changed in June 2014 when Seth Rollins turned heel, smashing a chair across his brothers' backs to join the Authority with Triple H. That betrayal is still one of the most shocking moments in WWE history. Since then, we've had a few reunions, brief ones, but the Shield's last match together was back in April 2019 at a special event, literally called the Shield's Last Chapter. They beat Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, and that was it.
When I take the fight to The Miz, and I will, brother, will you be standing in my way, or will you be standing by my side? I'm sorry, did you say brother? Come on, you know I didn't mean to. Brother, I ain't your brother. My brothers were in the Shield. My brothers fought with me in the trenches. I trusted my brother. My brothers had my back. My brothers stood for something. I don't know you. I mean, I knew a guy who looked a lot like you once. In fact, that guy took a chair just like this one, and he stabbed it right through my back and right through my heart. And that was over 3 years ago, all right? And you know what? I'm sorry. And I never said that before, so I'll say it again. I'm sorry, all right?
So when fans ask about a reunion, it's not just nostalgia, it's about wanting to see that magic one more time. Now let's get to what Seth actually said. Here's the full quote. "Well, not a lot of love lost between myself and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, not currently with the company. Don't know if he's ever coming back. I would say chances are very slim. Maybe one day there will be a Hall of Fame induction where all three of us will be in the same place at the same time."
Do you think the Shield will ever reunite? Well, not a lot of love lost between myself and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, not currently with the company. Don't know if he's ever coming back. I would say chances are very slim. Maybe one day there'll be a Hall of Fame induction where all three of us will be in the same place at the same time. I would say we're looking at.
This is a big roadblock. Moxley left WWE in 2019, and he's been thriving in AEW ever since. He's a 4-time AEW World Champion, currently the AEW Continental Champion, and he signed a 5-year extension with AEW back in 2022. That contract doesn't expire until 2027.
What made AEW the best option for you?
A lot of it was the timing and chance to really not just do the things that I wanted to do, but like change the business. It's like almost like I had to. It was like the universe. It was like double or nothing. The timing of it and everything. It chose me.
Because when your contract was up,
and even that it was in my hometown. You know, there was just like there were all these signs pointing, and I'm always had good relationships with a lot of the guys here. Because I was like, okay, what are we doing? What's the goal here? And I was like, I loved everything they said, from the business kind of plan to the ideas to the way we're gonna do stuff to the creativity aspect of it or whatever. There was no reason to not jump on the boat and take this journey, man. A lot of other people would have, swam back to the island, but I'm like, the island, man. Like, let's go. Let's find some new territory.
So yeah, the chances of Moxley coming back to WWE anytime soon, pretty much zero. But Seth did give us one shred of hope, the Hall of Fame. He said maybe one day all three of them could be in the same place at the same time for a Hall of Fame induction. And honestly, that's probably the most realistic scenario we're gonna get. The Shield absolutely deserves to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as a group. Their impact on WWE, their match quality, their promos, their influence on the current generation of wrestlers, it's undeniable. And here's the thing about Hall of Fame inductions. They're one of the few times where WWE has brought back people who are currently with other companies. We've seen legends appear for their inductions even if they're not under WWE contract. So could we see Moxley return just for one night, put on that tactical vest one more time, and stand alongside Rollins and Reigns for a Hall of Fame speech? Absolutely. Will we get one more match? That's way less likely. But never say never in professional wrestling. Now Seth ended his answer with a hilarious reference that newer fans might not get. He said maybe Kurt Angle has a better chance of reuniting. Let me explain. Back at WWE TLC 2017, Roman Reigns was supposed to team with Rollins and Ambrose, but he had to be pulled from the show at the last minute due to illness, so WWE needed a replacement. And who did they get? Kurt freaking Angle. The Olympic gold medalist came out through the crowd wearing Shield tactical gear, and for one night only, he was an honorary member of the Shield. They won a 3-on-5 handicap TLC match against Braun Strowman, The Miz, Kane, Cesaro, and Sheamus. It was awesome, it was bizarre, and it's become this legendary what-if moment in WWE history. Kurt Angle retired from wrestling 7 years ago at WrestleMania 35, losing to Baron Corbin, who's now Bishop Dyer over in TNA. So when Seth jokes that Kurt has a better chance of reuniting with the Shield, he's basically saying don't hold your breath. But also, how great would it be to see Kurt Angle inducted into the Hall of Fame alongside the Shield? Just saying, WWE, make it happen.
Our WWE wrestlers, drug tested. We definitely were. It wasn't often. After the wellness policy happened, I know they started testing guys more and more. Do I think it's a good deal? You bet I do.
That's a wrestler. That's why if you ever notice, all the suicide, all the drug overdose did not happen during their time as a wrestler.
Very few.
It happened, very few. It happened after their career. Because here you take this person that become a professional wrestler when he's 20 years old.
WWE superstars who had everything and lost it all. The shocking stories WWE doesn't want you to see. These are the wrestlers who ruled the ring, owned the titles, and had fans eating out of their hands until it all came crashing down, from massive scandals and career-ending mistakes to tragic